my mobility and stretching routine. So I'm going to be going through various exercises that I have done over the past few months that I've really focused on increasing my mobility and flexibility. That I think you could really do with knowing, because my mobility and flexibility shot through the roof just doing these few exercises. So here we go. We're going to start out. We're going to do a commentary over it. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy the video.
Alright guys, hello and welcome to the commentary. So what we're doing right now, we're just going to warm up the legs nice and slow, central knee kicks. So you're just going to lift the knees up to the center of the body. Alright, and then next one we're going to do is we're just going to go out to the side. Alright, you should feel this one in your hip flexors and the previous one in your quads mainly. Alright, so you're just going to warm up. We don't need a treadmill or any cardio equipment to warm our legs up. We do it dynamically like this. Okay, next one, as you see, is going to be hips. So warming the hips up as well as the hip flexors. So you're going to work your hips around like you used to in high school to warm up. Yeah, so then next one we're going to do is we're going to just release the lower back a little bit by doing some knee overs, is what I call them, just knee overs. And you might feel your back crack when you do that, but it's all good. It should be good for you, provided you don't have any lower back pain. Next one, you're just going to straight up leg kick up. Alright, try and keep your leg as locked as you can. And as straight as you can, and you're just going to do each one of these, by the way, for about 30 seconds. Okay, so legs, you're going to do either one, and then after that you're going to go out to the side. If you see my toe is pointed out towards the back wall, that's kind of what you want to do with your toe. You're literally just going to go out to the side. You should feel this one in your hip flexor as well. We really want to warm the hip flexors. They're a huge part in mobility work. So again, each side, 30 seconds. Go as slow as you can, keeping your toe close to the ground, keeping your leg as close to the ground as you can. Alright, last one, you're just gonna kind of do both of them at the same time. So you're gonna lift up and then you're gonna go round like that. So your leg's gonna go up and then you're gonna go round. Alright, and again, 30 seconds for each leg. Now if you see my knee tracking outwards slightly, yeah, that's something I need to work on. You want to minimize your hip coming off the floor and your knee tracking outwards when you're initiating the movement. But no one's perfect. So I'm still working on this just as much. So yeah, 30 seconds of each one. We're still going out to the side. And apologies for the camera kind of blurring in and out. I'm probably just going to use this one because I think this one's probably better for vlogging and stuff like that. Okay, elbow in the knee. Elbow and knee in the calf as well. Alright, if you see my back toe, this is the position you want to start in. You should feel this in your hip flexor. Now my back toe stays on the floor and my ankle goes towards the floor. Alright, this is a great stretch for mobility. I absolutely love it. I do it whenever I do legs or back. And yeah, so again, 30 seconds, and then you can switch sides. It doesn't really need to be 30 seconds, that one actually. Just kind of go until you can go quite fast with it. Alright, so yeah, then you're going to switch sides. Alright, just get used to it. Okay, now this is like a little bit of I'm just warming up here, just warming up my hamstrings mainly, and my hip flexors. Keeping my legs straight and then bending the other knee out like that, keeping my hands on the mat and swaying them side to side. So this is kind of one that I've been doing to really target the hip flexors and try and open them up a little bit. You notice my hands are like this because I want to keep my shoulders upright. You don't want your shoulders to sink down because you'll be able to get down easier, and that's why people can squat like that, but they can't necessarily squat like that. Alright, so keep your shoulders up, and that's the reason I go like that. Now keep your feet planted on the floor, both feet planted on the floor for this one. Alright, now you can see my left foot on this is completely planted on the floor, and it's really going to tax your hip flexors. And if you stay low when you go inside to side, it's going to be a lot harder. Right, now next one, your heel is going to come off the floor. Alright, so you're just going to kind of dip into it and try and hold it there for as long as you can. The reason I put a mat behind me is for that exact reason, just in case you fall over, because that one's quite tough on balance. And I need to get new socks as well by the looks of it. So yeah, keeping your shoulders up, and yeah, just sink as low as you can, hold it there. Now this is like what I'm practicing to try and get the front splits. So I'm kind of just find a slidey surface and let your feet kind of slide in and out. Try and keep your hips forward, okay, hands flat on the floor. Alright, and just go to wherever you feel comfortable. Everyone's going to be different on this. Alright, I've got relatively flexible hamstrings, but not necessarily flexible hip flexors. And then you see me sit down then like that. Now my hips are a little bit, not my hips, sorry, my legs are still a little bit off the floor there, and I'd like to keep my hips forward a little bit more. But you know, it's just a work in progress. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to switch sides. Now this stretch is going to be really sore, so just like I said, the more extreme stretches, I say this at the end of the video, the more extreme ones, just go until you can't really physically do it anymore. Don't necessarily think I've got to do this for 30 seconds or I've got to do this for 45 seconds. Just go until you can't bear the pain. You don't want to pull anything or anything like that. Okay, and you'll notice that one side is always less flexible than the other. Now, for example, my right hamstring, I know for a fact is less flexible than my left one. Now, this is something that I really lack. You'll see this now. So this is kind of like the side splits. I really lack like hip flexor mobility, in my opinion, and like inner thigh. And yes, you know, a lot of things can predetermine that, and a lot of other things add to the side splits, such as quads, calves, hamstrings, and everything. But my hip flexors are definitely tight. Now be careful getting out of that, just take your time, that's going to really suck, it's going to really hurt. So this one's for your glutes. I started going really high with the boxes on this, and I noticed that it wasn't necessarily as beneficial as keeping it nice and low and really pushing through that back toe. So you see that right leg is really pushing through, and now it's my left leg, but you're really pushing through your toe, and your knee wants to be at a 90-degree angle, okay? And then you can kind of hug your hands forward, put your head onto your knee, and that's going to add to that stretch. Try and hold that one between 1 and 2 minutes. Okay, this is a quad stretch. Alright, so all you're going to do is, so if you see my toe as well, my toe is on the box. To make this harder, that's what you do. If you don't want to do that, keep your toe like flat almost. So my toe is kind of like bent like that, keep your toe flat against the box. Alright, you want to push your hips forward as well to initiate more quad activation and quad movement. And then after you're done with that, you're going to sit back like that onto your heel. And this is going to really help with your ankle mobility as well, believe it or not. And you're going to reach for the bottom of your heel. If you can't reach for your heel, reach for your toe. If you can't reach for your toe, reach for your shin. Alright? There's loads of different progressions. No one has to be amazingly flexible to start doing this. You just do it where you go. That sounded really bad. But yeah, next one is just going to be a straight up front fold. Hold that for 1 minute to 2 minutes. Now this one is really good for people who are struggling with squats and ankle mobility. You literally just sit on your ankles like that. Try and do that for 2 minutes and like 3 times a day. You can just do that whenever you want. You can do that at home. To make it a bit harder, go onto your toes like this, and you're just going to hold this one. Alright? Now, next one is like holding a deep squat. Now I'm really trying to minimize my butt wink as much as I can. There is a little bit there, but not too much. No, I'm not really concerned about that, because obviously I'm not going to be going that deep whenever I'm squatting weight anyway. So you don't want to be rounded forward like that. Okay, so like I'm saying there, no. You want to have your shoulders upright. So again, that's why my arms are out. And yeah, a little bit of butt wink, but I'm not too concerned. A little bit of upper back rounding, but it's nothing to be concerned about when I'm squatting that deep. Now, to make it easier, to make it a little bit of an adjustment, you can squat on plates like that, and that's going to really be able to, you're going to really be able to sink down a lot easier with plates under your heels. Okay, now moving on to this, a lot of people have been asking me how really to use a foam roller and what should you use it for. First thing I use it for is to crack my back like this. So you're just going to sink into it. So if you notice in the back now, I'm sinking into it. Alright, that's the first thing I use it for. Alright, and then I also use it for things like this, so targeting specific muscle groups. So this one is quads, but this one is your glutes. So yeah, I just roll it on this for about 30 seconds to 45 seconds, and then switch sides. You can make it harder by putting your toe on your knee like I'm doing there, and that's really gonna, and kind of putting your weight more towards the side that you want to foam roll out. Now I'm going into the hamstrings, and you notice one foot is on the floor. To make it harder, you just put that foot on top of the other one, put more weight onto it, and that'll make it a lot more challenging. Alright, and again, just switch sides. Now moving on to your quads. This one is really going to hurt. Alright, so you start off, this is what I do, I start off with both of them on there like that. Alright, and then as it gets a bit easier, I put one leg over the other leg, like I'm about to do now, yeah? And then I'm putting a lot more pressure and a lot more weight onto that foam roller, and it's really going to dig in. Really nice once you're done, but it sucks when you're doing it, trust me. And then switch legs, and again, for more extreme ones like this, just go until you can't really bear it anymore. Now this one sucks as well, calves. So you notice my toe is on my knee again, putting a bit more weight on my calves, and you're just going to foam roll your calves out like that. Alright, now this is a rolling pin. I purchased all this, by the way, on Amazon. You can get this on Amazon for 30 quid, like a foam roller, a rolling pin, etc. But you literally just roll it up and down your quads like a rolling pin, and it's really, really good to kind of like myofascial massage and stuff like that. Now this is a lacrosse ball. You can get this in the set as well. This absolutely wrecks. Alright, you can do it anywhere. I'm just giving an example of doing it on my quad. Don't put too much pressure on it because it will hurt like hell, I guarantee it. Alright, but afterwards you'll feel great. Now, you'll see now I'm going to go against the wall with it. And I'm going to roll my shoulder onto it like that. Now this is really going to help if anyone's got any tight shoulders and stuff like that. It'll really kind of massage into it and it'll help. And you notice that now I'm lifting my arm up just to try and get in different positions and stuff like that.
Alright guys, so to wrap up, that's a few of the mobility stuff that I do. I'd advise maybe hold the structures for around 1 to 2 minutes, or the more extreme ones. Just do it until you can't really bear it anymore. That's what I've been doing, and it's worked for me. I'm not saying I'm a mobility master or anything like that, so don't slate me. I'm just trying it out, and this is what's helped me, so maybe it could help you as well. Alright, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos soon. Comment, subscribe, like the video if you can, share it with your friends. It helps you. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.